Tay Solomon asks, Uncle Brad, my mother is at Jamaica. Every time she tries to get a visa, she's denied. How can we get her a visa? Because I can't file for her yet. Well, I don't know what she's putting on her visa application, but if you just keep asking for a visa and you do the same thing over and over again, it's going to get denied. So wait until you're a citizen and file for her. I don't have the answer. You got to prove that she intends to return back to her home country. And obviously she's having a hard time doing that. But I don't know what you're putting in the application. I don't know what she's got going for her. Natal Picks, what happens when someone applies for an I-130 and I-45 and then travels outside the USA without advanced parole and plans to come back with a B1, B2 visa? They won't be able to come back with a B1, B2 visa because the B1, B2 visa is a visa to come for non-immigrant intent. You've already shown immigrant intent by filing an I-130 and I-45, and they left the United States without advanced parole, so that denies the I-45, and you just have to wait for the process, the I-130 at your home country. If you try to come on a B1, B2, you'll likely be deported at the airport. Willie Raymond, hi Brad, it's Gene. How many times I can get my passport stamped to work and travel, and can I do that, please? I don't know. Why do you qualify to get your passport stamped? I'm not sure what you're asking. Kevin, does an F1 student need to maintain their status until they get their green card if they file through a green card holder spouse? Yes, they do. An F1 student needs to maintain their status until the green card holder spouse files an I-130 and that F1 student files an adjustment of status application. Then they don't have to maintain their status anymore. TG, Brad, I applied for an I-360 VAWA in February 2023, and I just did my biometrics on July 5th. Is this good? Well, yeah, if you're taking your biometrics, that means your case is processing along. Sophia Gray, how long does it take to get your 10-year filed from 2021 and in 2022? I need more proof, and every time I check in 2023, it still says it's pending. Are you talking about the I-751 to remove the conditions? They're taking about 3-4 years these days. Vinny, question 1. My son is aging out at 21 this November 2023, and he's scheduled the visa interview on the 5th of September. His I-797 date is November 5th. Will it be an issue to grant an H-4 visa only for 2 months? No, he'll get an H-4 for 2 months. Question number 2, he's also scheduled his tourist visa on September 20th from Canada. Will he get a tourist visa while his I-797 says expiring date is May 5th? Whether he gets a tourist visa, I don't know, but he'll definitely get the H-4. And the reason I don't know is, does he qualify for a tourist visa? I have no idea. Mohammed Ellenhaas asks, Brad, it's been 42 days and USCIS didn't send me a decision yet after receiving my RFE medicals based on approved asylum. If 120 days passed and no decision, can I sue them? I applied for a green card in 2022. You applied in 2022, but you just got the RFE 42 days ago. You just got to wait it out. Herbert Pitt, can my green card mother adjust status of her child over 21 if they're already in the United States? No, because the children are put on a waiting list for a green card, and it will take several years, 7, 8, 9 years before their priority dates are current. Pim Pim, hey, Sir Brad. My fiancé of 8 years moved to the United States and got his green card via mom 3 months ago. I'm in the United States in status and we're getting married. Can we adjust without his taxes and use another person? The answer is yes. He would have to sign an affidavit of support. You can use a second affidavit of support, and you have to file your adjustment while you're in status. Victoria asks, hi, Uncle Brad. I'm currently in the U.S. and I would love to ask if I would get a work authorization travel parole if my sibling, who is a U.S. citizen, files for me. The answer is no, because siblings are on a waiting list and it takes a long time, like 15 years. Polo Wilson asks, when a citizen files for his wife and stepson, how long will it take? Depends where the wife and stepson are. If you're adjusting your status, it could be 5 months, it could be a year. If you're in another country, it depends what country you're in. It could be a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years, depending on your country. Ayatollah asks, hello, Brad. Question. I have a friend who asks, he has his work permit combo. Who will employ him without his social security number? He needs a social security number. You can't work without one. And you can get it if you have your EAD combo card. Katie asks, hi, Brad. If I was in a common law marriage when I was in Jamaica, it was a put place on my work visa application. I am now married in the U.S. I filed VAWA as approved. Can this turn be as a misrepresentation? Well, if you claimed you were married to get your visa, it could be a misrepresentation. Depends what was put on that application. If you said you were in a common law marriage, hopefully it was listed as common law marriage, and then hopefully it wouldn't be a misrepresentation. Yuli Millwood asks, hi, Brad, I'm living in an apartment and every year we pay our rent, but we do not have any lease. Can that be a problem to us later in life if we are to move to another apartment? What, in terms of getting an apartment? I don't think it's going to matter as long as you can prove that you can pay your rent. Paula Campbell, good evening, Brad. My husband filed for me in 2016. He became a citizen in 2020. How long will it take for my medical? I don't know, Paula. I didn't file for you. Where are you? What country are you in? Are you filing an adjustment? Did your husband properly file all the paperwork? I have no idea where you are processing. It just seems like you've been processing a long time and you need a lawyer since 2016. Even if your husband became a citizen in 2020, sounds like you need a lawyer. That's my answer, because you're waiting too long. Robert, hi, Brad. Do you know anything about the dignity plan? I know that they want to pass a lot of different laws. One of them is the dignity plan. I doubt anything will pass, though, so it's not worth reading up on. If and when something looks like it will pass, trust me, I'll read up on it.
Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.